Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. Trying to get the camera straight here. There we go. So we'll cross over to we're Lake in Michigan here. We'll try to cross over to Wabash Avenue. We'll head under the L tracks there. There's the L train passing through right there. We're by hey, Nutella, Nando's. Not too much of a line today. We're Tuesday. What are we, July 7th, 8th, 9th, July the 9th. That guy took the flag off the Wrigley building there where they had it up for the 4th of July. We'll cross Michigan Avenue looking south here. There's Michigan Avenue looking north. We cross here. We'll head into the loop. Yeah, we'll just head down Wabash. Maybe we'll see some L trains, CTA trains under the elevated portion. Head down to the South Loop, and then on the way back I'll head up State Street because I'm going to stop at the Gothic Target and get me some shoes. So hey, John James, thanks for tuning in. Michael, how you doing there? Yeah, thanks for checking out scenes of Chicago here. Anna Marie, how you doing there? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's a little overcast. We got about 77 degrees. It's not too bad. It feels really pleasant, just like room temperature outside. Very wind still. We might have some rain later today. We got 12:04. We're just past the noon hour. There's the Mathers Tower. There's a J.C. Rivera. They're taking a picture with it. That's good. J.C. Rivera mural, Chicago muralist, just like Hebrew Brantley and Hebrew Brantley. I got to say his name right. Yeah. Good afternoon, Rusty. How you doing there? You're on vacation there? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm on lunchtime here. Christy, how you doing there? Yeah. Scott, how you doing? Diane, thanks for being on. Chris? Yeah. Michael, Anna Marie. Oh, we already got you back at the beginning there. Look, Mammoth Poke and Ramen, it's open. You get your Poke Bowl there. I'm gonna go to Mammoth here on Wabash, across from the parking garage there. Real cartoon architecture there. There, Elephant Castle. Here, we'll see if we get the L trains. Yeah. Happy Tuesday. K Closet. Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in to YouTube here. I appreciate it. I know you're always on TikTok. Thanks for being on YouTube too. Here, Elephant Castle. This British pub. And yeah, look at the nice, we got Taco Smell. We got look, the Lion Theater. We got Drunk Shakespeare. There's Drunk Shakespeare, 182 North Wabash. Hold on a second. That's what I'm talking about. Drunk Shakespeare. You want to see some Drunk Shakespeare? Right next to Pan Express. Here comes the L train. So, right on cue, we'll get on these wide sidewalks on Wabash here, and we'll get the, what is that, a brown line? That's a brown line heading up to Kimball here on the Wabash elevated train tracks here. Jewelers building, Trump Tower, brown line round in the bend there. Look at that. Yeah, it's a good idea. Someone should do like a compendium of all the murals and map them out there. That's a good idea, actually. I would do it if I wasn't working all the time. Just put it on the list of things to do there. Your two grandmothers were Anna and Marie. That's amazing. So you combine that, you got Anna Marie. Hold on there, I'm just getting the camera straight there. You saw my finger there for a second there. Invade the camera. Here we're down to Randolph, Wabash. There, you see the signs right there. We'll got 12 seconds. There, look at that nice view to the Jewelers building, the Trump Tower, looking up Wabash. Richie, how you doing there, Richie B? Elena? Danny, thanks for tuning in there. That's great. Thanks, everybody. I miss anybody? Elena? Roxy? Yeah, that's a good comment there. Yeah, that's a good idea. We could start working on the mural map there. I'm too lazy to do it myself, but it's a good idea. take a lot of, yeah, we can just start making notes. We'll let AI do it. AI will do everything for us, right? Yeah, I'm joking. Here, Wabash Avenue. Look at this dense urban environment. That's why I'm rebranding myself. I already changed my official taglines there on both TikTok and YouTube. I'm a urban lifestyle live streamer. I had it as IRL, but no one that cares and knows what that is in real life live streaming. So of course it's real life. Here's T-Mobile. I'm an urban lifestyle live streamer, just showing what it's like to live in a city without a car. And you can do it. It's possible. It's easier in New York, Chicago. Of course, urban lifestyles are expensive, but just because the real estate's so expensive in dense urban environments, there's a lot of demand for housing. And look at these paper. Is that paper mache? Look at these little sculptures there. Dazzle. Hey, Dazzle, you there at the salon there. Garland Building. See, Heaven on 7. I miss Heaven on 7. It's amazing that it's still on the sign. People, longtime Chicagoans, you remember Heaven on 7? You would go up to the 7th floor, and there was a New Orleans style Cajun restaurant. Or it was actually, you know, New Orleans style cuisine there. We had all the hot sauces, Mardi Gras, but it's gone. There actually were several of them, but they all closed down. It didn't survive the pandemic, and they just never reopened. They closed. They literally closed when the pandemic and just never reopened. It's just such a shame that the pandemic ended such a great restaurant in Chicago, Heaven on 7. But such is life. Here we'll go under the. Here we're crossing Washington. This is Washington Street, the Washington of Wabash station here on the Chicago Loop. Andres, how you doing there? Sharon, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah. How's everybody doing there? Yeah, here comes another L train pulling into the station here. We won't be able to see it because it's behind the station, but you can hear it here. Here's the Pittsfield building. Trucks underneath here. I don't know what's going on. But hey, Jewelers Row, Wabash Jewelers, Oasis Cafe. See, you can go to the back here. There's a Wabash Jewelers. If you go to the back, there's a cafe there you could eat. And you walk past all the jewelers counters to get to the restaurant, which is nice. There's some trains coming there. Look at that clock. Prudential Gem and Jewelry. Chicago Landmark Diamond Center, Jewelers Row, Wabash Avenue. Get your phone fixed in minutes. There's the Jeweler Center. Mary Therese, how you doing there? Lorene. Yeah, usually I eat lunch either before or after I do these walks. So here we can cross over here. We can cross under the L tracks. We'll go back and forth here. Yeah, usually I eat at my desk, like, you know, like hey, the fire truck's going right there. There's El Azteca. But yeah, don't worry. I find time to eat my lunch and work it in there. I'd rather be walking. It allows me to get some exercise over lunchtime here and get some content on YouTube. But trust me, I get plenty of food. I'm still way over 250 pounds. You would think with how much walking I do, I would be like thinner, but we do okay. Look how we can see the facades, the top. They built the heritage here, and they actually saved the facades, dismantled the buildings behind it so they could build the foundation for this residential condo tower here that you see, the big tall blue building. And then these are historic facades here on Wabash Avenue, which I'm glad they maintained that. It kind of was the human scale with the giant tall building behind it, the high rise here, Wabash Avenue. And there's the goddess. Hey, how you doing? The goddess and the baker. I need to find out the name of this building. I think it's just the address on Wabash. I never say it. Here comes the green line. Here's the L working north through the loop here. Look at that. We'll get it with those buildings there. Look at that. Jewelers Row, Knop Knop, Middle Eastern Grill, Pittsfield Building, scaffolding. Thanks for tuning in the ring. Thanks John and Michael and yeah, Arlen Park's in the house. Thanks for tuning in. That's great suburbs of Chicago. Greg, how you doing there? Greg Stewart. Hello. It's a toddling town. Yeah, I saw Manny dance with his wife in Chicago. Old Frank Sinatra sang that song. And I think it was around even before that. He just redid his own version of it. There's the Palmer House Hilton. Sometimes we go inside there, but usually I lose my connection when I go inside there, so we'll just head down Wabash here. Look at this monstrosity. See how there's parking at the bottom, and then at the top there they converted it to housing, so it's mixed use. There's offices in the middle. We'll go by the side of the Palmer House Hilton here, Wabash Avenue. We'll go by Miller's Pub. Daryl's tuning in from Worth. That's good. Yeah, I know you moved to Worth. That's good. There, Pokey. See the detailing? This is the side of the Palmer House Hilton here. Here's the awnings. You could it takes almost the whole block, the Palmer House Hilton. They got a nice lobby space in there. Here we'll head past Miller's Pub. Family owned and operated since 1935. Wow. Palmer House, there's one. She's going into the Palmer House there. It's a great UPS store. Miller's Pub, you get some ribs. Hey, Michael. Yeah. Oh, the buildings are huge. Yeah, you know how big the buildings are here in Chicago. Just the scale. You could take any of these buildings and put them in another skyline, except for like Manhattan, and they would just like dwarf the other skylines. Here we'll cross over here. I don't know what that guy was doing. He's playing right there. Here's the Art Institute of Chicago. This is Adams Street. This is Route 66. We'll see a Route 66 sign when we cross. The begin sign for Route 66 is over there. They put up an additional sign that we acknowledged. There's Forte, the Symphony Center there. They call it trying to connect. It's trying to connect. So now, okay. So I know I cut out there for a second. Thanks for staying on there. Even though it said I was streaming at 3,300 kilobits per second, there was like we must have switched between cell towers or something. So hopefully we'll get the stream back here. Thanks for staying on there for a second here, and we'll see people come back here. And if you miss any part of this, you know, it'll have a gap in the rerun. It's just the nature of live streaming. Sometimes it cuts out. I know we all expect this technology to be seamless, and we take it for granted how well it works and how well it does. And I was amazed. I was able to stream for 6 hours during NASCAR on Saturday. That's like a record for me because it's very rare. Even though I cut out a few times, we kept the stream going and we were able to salvage it. And hey, we're back. Thanks for staying on there. I know I dropped out there for a second. Yeah, this happens, you know. It's the nature of live streaming. Sometimes you lose your connection and then come back. So thanks for coming back here. We'll try to catch the pink line heading south here on Wabash. I know there'll be a gap in the rerun. That's okay. We just missed. Hey, there's the brown line. See how it's turning the corner there? There's a switch right there. And so the pink line's on the inside, making the turn. The brown line's on the outside. This is looking at Wabash here. See, it's making the turn right there. Heading under Wabash Street here. Here's Van Buren heads over towards the Harold Washington Library. And there went that brown line we just saw. They're heading north on the loop here. We'll cross Van Buren, keep heading south here on Wabash. There's some murals down here. There's some murals over there. Look, there's still some of the grandstands are set up. Yeah, it looks hazy. It's kind of hazy. There's a chance of rain later today. Look, Lorene, there's some of the grandstands that are still set up along Michigan Avenue for that was from the NASCAR race that we saw there on Sunday and Saturday. And they're dismantling that right now. We'll go under Van Buren. Here's the back of the Robert Morris College. That's a really old building there with the scaffolding. They got rid of the mural. There was a mural graffiti with like a skeleton and stuff, and then they got rid of that. So we documented that. They painted over. You see how they paint over some of the graffiti and murals, you know, eventually. That's why there's not as much graffiti in Chicago as New York and other cities, San Francisco and LA cities, because at least in the Loop, they tolerate some of it, and then sometimes it'll just be gone. You know, they'll paint over it, and then people start over with a new mural that lasted for a while. Here, we'll get the green line heading over the Wabash Avenue here. There you see Roosevelt University. There's the red. That used to be the CNA building. Now it's Northern Trust. This is housing for Roosevelt University. This is a big blue building. And this is the auditorium building, 1892, designed by Louis Sullivan. We talk about it all the time now. It's Roosevelt University. Chris's alma mater there. Chris Gustafson. And early mixed-use building had an auditorium, a hotel, and offices all combined. Now it's a college, and they still use the auditorium for concerts. Here we're on Ida B. Wells. This used to be Congress. There's a hostel. There's a hostel internationally in Chicago. There's a really large hostel right here. There, you see they got the sign there. It's kind of covered up with stickers. And we'll cross Ida B. Wells. This used to be Congress. And see how they took over, they made the lanes as wide as they could with the buildings and put the sidewalks in the building so they could widen the street because it connects with the Eisenhower Expressway. And there's the Goodman Center there. There's Columbia College stuff all down here. Now we're officially in the South Loop. Once you cross Ida B. Wells, that's generally where people consider the South Loop. There's some artwork there. Columbia College is a lot of art and media. Columbia College, it's not the same as the Columbia in New York. It's Columbia in Chicago here. But you see they got so many murals here, and you'll see some of these murals we're going to see here. We've shown these before. You can see from the orange line or the green line if you come in from the south. There's the Harmony mural on the bottom of some of the housing for DePaul University. And then we'll check out this stuff here. It's a surface parking lot here, but there's some murals there. Hey, thanks Taco. Thanks for tuning in there. We got, we lost our connection for a second, but thanks everybody for coming back here. Hopefully I'm still streaming okay. And look at that, Jacob Watts, moose blowing a bubble. And then, the pioneers in the women's civil rights movement here in Chicago. And there's Ida B. Wells, part of it here. They list all the names here. If you go to the side here, and you can see this mural really well here from the L tracks when you come in from Midway or anything here. On the Wings of Change, 2021. Mary Livermore, Frances E. Willard, Mary Fitz Butler Waring, Myra Bradwell, Fannie Barry Williams, Ida B. Wells, Catherine McCulloch, Jane Addams, Grace Wilbur Trout, Agnes Nestor. And these are all women's suffrage movement here, tribute. That's all and we'll check out. I'll back away here once we go through this park. I don't want to set off any car alarms here. We'll check out this mural here as we back away with the girl reading the book about all these pioneers. Fergie Jenkins was of Ontario, Canada. Wow, thanks for the good information there, John. Yeah, Fergie Jenkins is retired pitcher. Has a statue there at Cubs and at Wrigley Field. But there was another Fergie Jenkins. There's more than one. But here, look at the L. Look at the green line. See, they kind of straightened out this curve. This curve used to be sharper, and then now they kind of made it a softer curve where it connects with this oldest portion of the green line that heads between the alley here. And look at that. There's the green line heading through here. There we can see these murals here. Look at that. The moose blowing a bubble, the women suffragettes there, the Harmony. And this is this parking lot here in the South Loop of Chicago between Wabash and State Street. We'll head over to, there's Floyd's Barbershop. Yeah, let's head over to State Street here. There's a giant school. There's some other stuff here. Tara, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in there. So if you just joined, we're in Chicago. You're around here in April, that's great for your birthday. That's good. So, yeah, what time we got here? 12:26. Let's see if I can make it down to Dearborn Station, and then we'll turn around. And we'll just walk up through Printers Row. We go down there every once in a while. I'll probably skip the Clark Street, the Scientology's on Clark Street. You know, there's a... We've documented that before. We should get the L going by here. I heard a little whistle there. Yeah, let's cross the street right here and we'll get the L going by. There it is. See, that's an orange line heading to Midway right there. Crossing Harrison Street. We're on Harrison Street here. And see how, look, there's a train going the other way there. Look at that. Yeah. So one train goes one way. One orange line goes one way, one orange line goes the other way. Look at that. Look at that. Scenes of the city here in Chicago. Thanks for tuning in. And there's the Blackstone Hotel. That's the side of the Hilton Hotel. Those all front Michigan Avenue. Those would have been excellent hotels if you had lake-facing hotel rooms that front Michigan Avenue. The people rent those way in advance to watch the NASCAR because you could just look out your window and see the whole course. There's really good views. Hey Amber, how's it going there? Let's see. Bell and yeah, I see some more murals there. Columbia College stuff, I think. The 7th Street Hotel. This is an interesting building. I like the detailing, the green tiles in between the windows there. The South Loop Club used to be there. Sadly, it's closed. It's such a iconic location, the South Loop Club, but again, nothing lasting. Here's a giant school here. Here's the William Jones College Prep School. Look at this. You see the top of the Sears Tower there. Look at the size of the school right in the city. This is a college prep high school called the William Jones School right here. And look at the South Loop Club. Look at this beautiful building here. And look at the nice murals they got on the side. Let's check this out. See, it's no longer open. There used to be the best burgers in town, but it couldn't remain open. Right next to, you know, Buddy Guy's Legends is right over here. This is Balboa. And look how nice this looks. It has a, let me show you, it has a go sign on the side here. Look at the Harold Weiss. Look at this view up to the Sears Tower. These classic Chicago scenes here in the South Loop. With the L, and we'll get this mural here. We'll cross the street here. Get some of the South Loop Club here. There, you see South Loop Club Bar and Grill. That's now a go sign because it's gone. There's a mural there. You can look under the L tracks. We walked under those L tracks. South Loop Club there. There's the old number. But look at this. Look at the detailing. Look at that beautiful. Look at this door. Look at this detailing. The awning almost messes it up. I love this building here, the South Loop Club here, corner of State. And here we got the light here, so we'll cross the street, corner of State and Balboa. Was the best burgers in town. Now it's the best abandoned building in downtown. Here we're crossing State Street. The Red Line subway's underneath us. We'll head over to Polk Street and we'll head over to Dearborn Station. Then we'll just come back up through Printers Row and end up in the loop here. Hey, Bill. Well, thanks for coming on the Lunchbox. Thanks, everybody, for following on YouTube. You know, I know it's confusing. I do the TikTok walks in the mornings and evenings. We do the YouTube. I got to have some content on YouTube because we need it we need to be on multiple platforms. I've kind of narrowed it down to 2. If we do 3, it would be even more confusing. No one would know anywhere to find me, but I think it works out. It looks good on your TV screen. YouTube just doesn't push the live streams as much as TikTok. That's why we're still riding the TikTok train until we'll see what happens to it later this year, if it goes to the Supreme Court, if they're going to allow it or not. We know what Congress said, so here we'll head down Polk Street here. There's a bunch of restaurants and stuff here. There's Dearborn Station. So this is an historic railroad station. We filmed it before. Look at that clock tower. Used to have a big head house for the train shed in the back that they removed. And there's where the train yard used to be for it is all housing. We walked through there before. They built it in the 90s. It was early urban renewal, new urbanist type development that's low scale. It's interesting, along the river they're going to build some higher density, what they're going to call the 78. But yeah, imagine all the haunted buildings. There's a lot of haunted buildings in Chicago. The Congress Hotel's haunted. We went inside there until they kicked us out. So maybe we'll give that a try some other time, but not today. Here's Dearborn Station. Look at this historic train station. And of course, the whole loop of Chicago was ringed by the old railroad train station. Just only a few of them left, not all of them remain. Look at the scaffolding. This is Printers Row. Look at some of the beautiful buildings here in Printers Row. And you know, these long, narrow blocks, which were great for the printing presses when they used to ship books, textbooks, and music book notes on the railroad back in the old days before the internet and before digital communications, railroad days. There's Roots Pizza. There's still a Roots Pizza here. This is Quad Cities Pizza. I don't know if I should cross or not here. There, you get 3 Floyds. 3 Floyds comes from Munster. But here's a great view of Dearborn Station here. Look at that clock tower. I guess the clock's still working, 12:32. It's a little slow. Here comes a bike. See, you use the bike lane here. We'll head right up past Printers Row here. We'll go past the San Myers bookstore, the Franklin building. See, old Ben Franklin used the printing press. Yeah, I don't know about Coach Jim. Let's see here. Anna Marie, how you doing there? Christy. Oh, you used to live around here? Your old apartment, Christy. That's great. Hey, thanks for tuning in here. And yeah, what is this? Tropicake. Necessary, sufficient. It's some health food place there, I guess. Emperor's Apothecary. Hey, you always wanted an apothecary. There's a bar right there, the wine shop. So they're working on this. This is the Franklin Company building. Look at that beautiful tile mosaic there. It shows the Gutenberg printing press, and they got the quote there. The Franklin building here. Look at that. Look how nice this is. Yeah, see the Franklin building. It's named after Benjamin Franklin. Printers Row, Chicago, Illinois. See here. Here's San Myers bookstore. This is one of my favorite, if not my most favorite bookstore. Mom and pop bookstore. It's not part of a chain. It's San Myers bookstore here in Printers Row. There's a bookstore, and of course in the fall we might come back. They usually have a Printers Row festival with a lot of literary themes and writers, and San Myers bookstore is a big part of that. Look at all the books they got there. San Myers bookstore right here on the Row building in Printers Row. See, they got this nice fountain here. We've shown this before with the typeset. See where that guy's sitting? See how the typeset's reversed? It's just like the old Gutenberg press where you had to roll the ink on the typeface and roll it in reverse. You got some chalk art here, and then look at this beautiful fountain. What a beautiful fountain here. And we'll just head around here. This is an Art Deco fountain. It's a true Art Deco fountain. And they call this Printers Row Park. And see how narrow the buildings are. The streets are, there's a lot of streets here that go north-south, and there's really narrow blocks. And the printers would like that back in the old days because it allowed light to come on both sides of the building so they could see what they were printing. You know, that's how old these buildings go. It might go back before electricity. And they turned a lot of these to condos. These were all the printers' warehouses where they would print the books and store them. And then in the 70s and the 80s, they were early urban pioneers that converted these to loft housing. And at that time, there were no grocery stores. The South Loop was really seedy. And these people took a lot of risks trying to live downtown when no one else wanted to live downtown. And now it's completely the opposite. The Loop of Chicago is one of the fastest growing residential areas of the city because so much office space is being converted to housing. And there's still demand for housing, even in this city with all of our problems. Isn't that amazing? So here we'll head north. We'll go up to or back to Harrison Street, and then we'll cross over and head back into the Loop. So thanks for taking a little tour. This is just a small portion of the South Loop. The South Loop's pretty large. It goes all the way down to Chinatown and to McCormick Place. Even it goes far south as we went down to the Clark House, which is, you know, you get down towards 20th Street, 21st Street. That's still all part of the South Loop. Look at these buildings here. You worked for the newspaper industry? Yeah, you appreciate these buildings. I mean, appreciate the history. Look, you'll appreciate this. Here's an old printing press. The Chandler and Price Company, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. This is, you know, of course, this is a monument here, but this is what an old printing press looks like. Here's the Digital Realty. I don't know what that is, but look at this. Look at this old printing press here. This is at the corner of Federal Street and Harrison. Federal Street and Harrison. And look at these buildings here, these classic Printers Row buildings. We'll try to cross here if we get safely time to cross here. Here, we'll cross after this guy here. There's bike lanes. There's bike lanes on Harrison, which is nice. Look at these buildings here. We'll head up this way. Narrow streets, Federal Street. Very cool. Yeah, Twink, if you're a troll, we're gonna have you blocked. You know, I'm a very tolerant person. I filmed the Pride Parade, and I think you're actually just like trolling us. So I don't know. It's up to Chris or Mary Therese or anybody. Feel free to, you know, if you know, I appreciate people tuning in and stuff, but you know, if you're just kind of, I know you probably think you're joking, but it might be offensive to some people. So we'll see. Even on YouTube, I need moderators. And you know, when I first saw your username, I was like, I don't know. This looks like trouble. You know, and sure enough, here we go. But look at this beautiful group of buildings here. These are some of the oldest standing steel frame construction skyscrapers, the earliest skyscrapers. And this one here, the Manhattan building, is William LeBaron-Jenney. You notice how it looks like it's several buildings stacked on top of each other. That's like that. He even his home insurance company, the first skyscraper, which was tore down to build the LaSalle Bank building. There's the Sears Tower. There's the Board of Trade. There's the federal prison. That's a federal prison. There's the Stock Exchange building, 311 South Wacker. That's the Sears Tower. But this row of buildings right here is just fantastic. There's the Old County building, the Manhattan building, and then that's the Fishers building. And Chris knows about the Fishers building. And this is, you see how they built the Stock Exchange trading floor. That's where LaSalle Street Station is. We've gone there before with the Stock Exchange. Richard Nickel lost his life when they tore down the old Stock Exchange building, which was in that area, to build this stuff later. we'll get in position here where here's the Harold Washington Library. And hey, Crystal Blue Funk, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. If you missed it, you can watch this rerun. We just went down Wabash Street. We walked through Printers Row. We're about to walk north on Dearborn Street. We'll get another view to the Dearborn Street rail station. We walked through Printers Row and the South Loop. And there's a bike taxi. A lot of bike taxis were out this weekend. See how people are using the bike lane. They got some outdoor seating right here, which is nice. This is looking towards the South Loop on Printers Row here. And here we'll get the light here. We'll do a check on gas prices. This is the only gas station I know in this area here in the South Loop, this BP. But look, we'll go by these. See the Harold Washington Library, which has that winter garden at the top. This is Ida B. Wells looking towards the lake. This is Dearborn Street looking north. Manhattan building, William LeBaron Jenney. William LeBaron Jenney is the architect credited with creating the first skyscraper, 10-story home insurance company building. The building has been torn down. And so this is his oldest surviving skyscraper that was built like in 1888, 1890, around there. Here's the gas prices. What's it say? 470, 479. I can't even read it there. But this is the Manhattan building here in Chicago, Dearborn Street. See, it looks like it's several buildings stacked on top of each other. That's all his buildings look like that. And then there's the Old County building. The Old County building is really interesting. I talked with an architect that worked on restoring it. It has stairwells with unisex bathrooms, even though it was built in the early 1890s. And it has light wells for the elevator. The elevator shaft's a little light to the center of the building. And it had many early innovations like elevators and things that electricity that other buildings didn't have at that time. You understand these buildings were built in the cusp of all these innovations. A lot of these buildings were built before air conditioning. So they have working windows and things that other modern skyscrapers don't have. But the innovation they have steel frame construction. And we'll see the Monadnock building, the building that represents the transition, because the half of the building, the northern half, is load-bearing walls. One of the tallest buildings built with load-bearing walls, like 20 stories tall, 18 stories tall. And the southern half is steel frame construction. When they, just like 2 years later, they shifted from load-bearing walls to steel frame construction because the technology was advancing that quickly at that time with the Bessemer steel and, the architectural innovation in skyscraper design, which affected New York and Chicago and allowed for all these tall buildings. Here's the Van Buren, or this is, we're on Van Buren here, and I don't know what station this is, the Harold Washington station. Here's the Harold Washington station's that way. Here's the Fisher's building. We peeked in the lobby one time. Look at this, look how thin. See, it's more windows than wall. That was an innovation where, and you see, here's the Monadnock building. I almost want to walk through the bottom of it because there's interesting shops here. We'll just show quickly the side of, look at the Fisher's building, look how beautiful. And you can see this from the other side too. You can see it from State Street. There you can see the Harold Washington Library, the Old County, these just classic vintage skyscrapers that I love, this architecture. And here's the side of the Monadnock building. We'll enter from the south so we can walk through the whole. There's an arcade at the bottom. You feel like you step back in time. There's a haberdashery. There's like barber shops and interesting storefronts here. This is the steel frame load-bearing steel frame construction side of it. The northern half, it switches to load-bearing walls, and the walls get really thick. So we'll walk through here. We got 1243. I got to get back to work here. I always end something. Go ahead. Yeah, no problem. There's the L going by. Here even the light fixtures. So it looks like the shoe company didn't make it, but here's the barber shop. The last time I was here, the barber shop was still going, but it must not be open today. Maybe it's Tuesday, I don't know. And I want to make sure the door's closed. But here's Harry's Sandwich Shop. I might lose my connection in here. We'll try to stream this. I'll go slow. Here's Harry's Sandwich Shop. We're in the Monadnock building here in Chicago. Look how, yeah, this is like a classic sandwich shop. Look how they got the letter box. These I gotta talk lower. My voice echoes. Look at the light fixtures and large letter boxes here. Here's a clothing store. Again, if you just joined, we're in Chicago. This is the Monadnock building. Floridora, I think that's what they call this. Here's another restaurant. It's called Raw Bar. This is Raw Bar. So there's Raw Bar here in the Monadnock building. I guess you can eat and have lunch here. Look at this. Here's a shoe store. Dashing Chicago. They got all the shoes here. And they can fix your shoes and put a heel on it and all that stuff. They got the equipment. Yeah, look at this. They got the old shoe shine, and then they got the equipment. Look, he's working on it right now. He's got the leather, putting the heel on the shoe, get your shoe repaired. That's very sustainable, you know. You don't have to buy a new shoe. You can reuse your shoes and extend the life. Here's a jewelry store. We're in the Monadnock building. Look at the stairs. Look at the stairs. Look at that. Am I streaming okay? Yeah, shoe cobbler. See all this? There's jewelers. The jewelers is right here. JC Jewelers. Here's a florist. See, you got all the stuff you need here. Florist. And then here's a clothier. Zeglio. Look at that. They got the whole yards of clothing there. The tailors. Look at this letterbox. And then at the north end, hopefully I'm streaming here, here's the haberdashery. Here's the hat shop here. A real, where they'll measure your head. They got all the, look right there. See all those wooden things? Those are for sizing your hat. And look at all the hats they got here. Look, he's trying it out. Optimo hat makers, right here in the Monadnock. Are we streaming okay? Look at this place. Look, she's getting the hats there. A real haberdashery here, just like Harry S. Truman. And then here's an Intelligentsia Coffee here, the Monadnock building. Stairwell goes down, but this hat store is pretty popular. You see this, Tara? Yeah, where do you find a hat store like this? I mean, I know hats are back in style now. We see there's some stylish guys that are getting their hat. Look at how you doing? Thank you. Look at the tile on the ground here. This is the north entrance. So these are the load-bearing wall side. You see how thick these walls are? This is how thick the walls are at the bottom. And you can tell because when you look at the windows, here's Optimo, here's this hat maker place. Look how deep the windows are. Look how thick the walls are. You see how it tapers in there? And see, as you go up, the walls get thinner. This is the load-bearing wall side of the Monadnock building. You see how deep the windows are. That's how thick the walls are. This is holding up like a castle. It's holding up the whole building there. Oh, hey, how's it going? How you doing?
From California.
California, how's it going? Thanks. Hey.
I heard
Thank you. Yeah, my voice, my radio voice.
I heard your voice.
That's
like,
good.
Oh my God, that's the guy.
Yeah. Well, enjoy Chicago. Thanks for saying hello. That's good. You're living. It's good. That's usually what happens. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, have a good time. Thanks for saying hello. I'll talk to you later. That's great. Yeah, that is awesome. So here, we'll get across the street here real quick. Light's about to change, and somebody said hello there. They're from California, visiting their son. See. That's exactly it. Just like my parents, moved to the city here, and they're visiting their son here in California for probably in for the holiday. That's great. Yeah, more fans. Isn't that great? Hey, thanks for checking out the Monadnock building there. It's again, one of my favorite historical. There it is. See how there's no cornice at the top because it would just add weight to the top. And you see when the southern half, it has a cornice. You see where the transition is. This is the load-bearing wall side with the thick walls. That's the steel frame construction side. And that has a cornice because it could support the weight. They were so worried about adding weight to the top that they didn't add a cornice. And the walls taper in as you go up. But hey, thanks for saying hello there. Friends from California visiting their son. There's a Garrett Popcorn. What time? We got 12:49. So I'm going to make a beeline up State Street. I'm going to go to the Gothic Target. I'll end this in about 10 minutes. We'll be at the Gothic Target, and then I'm going to go in and buy some shoes because, as you can imagine, I go through a lot of shoes. So I just buy Skechers. I just buy like Sketcher walking shoes. I know I probably should go to New Balance and get like running shoes or something for as much miles as I do, but Skechers are pretty reliable. They're machine washable, and they work for me. So Hey, thanks for tuning in there. Hope this is valuable. Yeah, it's good stuff here. Yeah, it just I love the fact that that arcade is used with such interesting shops. I'm sorry that there was a shop right at the front there that was empty. It wasn't empty the last time, so it's just hard for businesses, brick and mortar, even in an historic building like that, to keep going in the digital age here. There's a Barnes & Noble bookstore. It's with DePaul University. There's DePaul University stuff here. We'll head up State Street. And red lines underneath us here. Re-repair all electronics. There you go. But look at that facade there. Facades along State Street. And look how, I bet you that had an historic storefront, and then sometime in the 60s or 70s, they tried to make the building look more modern and slap that on there. And look how it looks now. It just looks even worse. Here's fake trees. I guess they can't get real trees to grow here, so they got some fake trees that right in this little parking area here with the secure gate there. They got some Lego looking trees. Here's the subway, the red line. Oh, the Woolsworth was located. Okay, so that's good information. See, we learned something new. So there was a Woolsworth over here. That's good. Thanks for the good info there. Yeah, we lost all the Woolsworths. I know it's like Walgreens and CVS now. State Street Cultural Walk here. That probably tells about it. Here, I gotta walk next to this bus because I can't get over. The scaffolding won't let me cross over here, so you got a nice close-up view of the bus going by. Yeah, look at this 202 State. That's a power plant. It feeds steam and chilled water and heated water throughout the loop. There's certain buildings that subscribe to that. Isn't that amazing? So we'll cross the street here because I want to get over towards the Gothic Target here. I actually want to cross here. I'll cross here because that bus allowed me to do it. Here's the big bus tour bus. People are taking the tour here. They're checking out the architecture. Yeah, Woolsworth. Yeah, it looks cloudy. So there's a chance of rain tonight. If you don't see me on TikTok, it'll because it's raining, but I got to get home at some point tonight, so I don't know. I'm just letting you know there's rain in the area. We'll see how it goes later today. And what time we got here? 12:52. Thanks for coming along for the lunch walk. I know I cut out there for a second. Thanks everybody for coming back. If I lose my stream, I always try to come back. And so if you lose connectivity at any time, just try to wait a few minutes, come back, and hopefully I'll be back streaming. Overhead. There's the Palmer House Hilton. So we were on the other side of it on Wabash. Now we're on the State Street side of it. And there's people coming out of the subway here. Hey, thanks Alvin. Thanks for tuning in there. Crystal Blue. Yeah, thanks for understanding, Crystal. Yeah, I've been live streaming every day because we live stream Saturday and Sunday for the race, and then now it's Tuesday. We've gone several days in a row. Oh, somebody fell down there. I hope they're okay. And somebody took a tumble, but it looks like they got back up. So.
Hi, are you on TikTok?
Yeah, how's it going? Hey, how you? Hi, I'm Brian. How you going?
What's your watching for you for so long?
Good.
Now.
Thanks for saying hello. What's your name?
Cambia Lee.
Cambia Lee, thanks a lot. I'm on YouTube because I do the lunch, but I'll be on TikTok tonight and I'm in the morning. But thanks for saying hello. That's good. Thank you. Have a great day. That's awesome. So here we'll cross the street here. We'll cross we'll cross State Street. Thanks for saying hello, and appreciate it. That is awesome. People say hello, and she's probably she's on a call herself there. Look at the peacock here. They got the doors here for the Palmer House Hilton. And look at that. There's that clock there. This is on the Palmer House Hotel here, Hollerburn and Roche. We've gone inside there, so we'll save that for a rainy day, which it might be raining later today, but we've already seen enough for today. We'll get up to the Gothic Target. I'll show you as I enter the Target what it looks like there. We've done that before. And yeah, Chicago staple. I'm always humbled and honored when people recognize my voice in the street, and they're always like, "Is this you?" Because, you know, I'm sure I look, even if I do have a few TikToks where I show my face. It's always weird seeing somebody in person for the first time. It doesn't match up with your profile exactly. Here's the Sullivan Center. Louis Sullivan is detailing his ornamentation here. This is the Gothic Target. They used to be Carson Prairie Scott, and now it's now it's called the Gothic Target. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey.
Like literally,
Oh,
I love your TikTok.
thanks for saying hello. What's your name?
Dana.
Dana. Well,
My
thanks.
name is Pink Frog on TikTok.
Pink Frog,
And I'm,
good.
like, obsessed with your content.
Thanks, good. Thank you. I'm glad I ran into you. Thanks for saying hello. Have a great day. That is awesome. Yeah. So here we're getting multiple people. You know, I'm not used to being this recognizable here. This is freaking me out, but in a good way. And what a nice person. Thanks for saying hello there. She told me her name's Pink Frog on TikTok. Everybody has a different handle. And that's why it's hard for me people's names don't match up with their handles, you know, just like you guys on TikTok. Sometimes people's YouTube handle will be different than their TikTok, and I have to figure out who's who and what's what here. But here's the Gothic Target. Look at the amazing Louis Sullivan ornamentation to detail here. We'll head inside here. We're at the corner of Madison and State, the center, one of the most busy intersections historically of the Loop. That's why Carson Prairie Scott wanted to locate here, along with Marshall Fields and all the other ones. And that's why, look at the columns here. We're on the inside here, and I'm gonna need security. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, because I better not make anybody angry, because then they'll find me. You know, that's the problem here. But here we'll head into the Gothic Target. We'll go buy some shoes here. And see, even when you get inside here, you see you got the columns. That's Louis Sullivan ornamentation. I need to go this way. Let's see, I need to go this way. We'll go past the cash registers here. But we've been in here before. We've even done lunch walks in here where no, I don't want to go all Hollywood. I don't want to be TikTok famous. I'm just glad people enjoy the content. I'm glad people find value in it. I'm glad we built this nice community where you guys talk with each other and are interested in people's lives. We're just trying to find nice people that enjoy good architecture, scenes of the city, and all that stuff. So I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to get some shoes. I got to head back to work. I do need to go over this way. We'll circle around there's the Target dog. So we're inside the Gothic Target here. This used to be Carson Prairie Scott. You see how you can take the shopping carts right up the escalator there, and we'll head up to the second level. There it talks about the renewal. There's some historic. This is good. They talk about the historic. There's Louis Sullivan right there, the architect. And look, she's putting the shopping cart. See how it takes the shopping cart, and it'll take it right up there. Look at that, and then you go like right along next to it. Look how that works. That's how you get your shopping cart to the second level. All the food and stuff's on the second level, and then you just ride right along. If you got stuff in your cart, and then you just pick it up at the top. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, modern technology. Look at the detail of these columns here when you go up here. Well, we're right up with the shopping cart. So hey, thanks John, thanks Bill, Andres, Crystal Blue Funk, Scott, Amy, Chris, thanks for being on, thanks for bouncing, Sharon, Taco, Amy, Dolores, Lorraine, thanks for being on. Yeah, we're gonna need security. We're gonna need a bigger boat. But here, I'm signing off here at Gothic Target. I'm gonna go get some shoes. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later from Chicago. We'll talk to you later. 79 people. This is great. Thanks a lot. Okay, we'll talk to you later.